Hello everyone, this is Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be doing the final covered expansion for Marvel United Season 1, going in and doing an unboxing of the content of each box. Things were a little bit out of order because some things were done during the actual Kickstarter campaign for Multiverse. So there's that. So this is the last one that we are covering on the channel. This is the Rise of the Black Panther Expansion. That's right, today we're going to be taking a look at Rise of the Black Panther, the expansion from CMON for Marvel United Season 1. This was an interesting box during the campaign for quite a few reasons. One, they introduced it. I didn't go back and look through the comments because I don't want to scroll through all the comments or anything like that. I remember this not being part of a pledge level outside of the all-in pledge, but for some reason it ended up being part of the Infinity Pledge, which is the pledge that gave you the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and all that stuff. This was not part of that originally, but I think they added it in later on for some reason. So that's one. Two, this is the only box from the other expansions in the game, and I even count Infinity Gauntlet partially in that too, but between End of the Spider-Verse, Tales of Asgard, and Guardians Remix, and this is the only one, interestingly enough, that does not have a Kickstarter exclusive character in it. Guardians has Gamora, End of the Spider-Verse has Spider-Pig, and Tales of Asgard has Beta Ray Bill in it. This one just has the three heroes that that come with it normally, plus the villain, plus a new challenge mode. So there was not an extra in here. So it's kind of an oddity to me in the grand scheme of things, of how they, handled the how they handled this one. So like I said, it was one of those where it's like, there's no exclusive, and then it ended up being depending on your pledge level, you just, if you did anything other than the base pledge, you just got this game or got this expansion. So anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Here is the front cover with T'Challa there, with Shuri over here, Killmonger here, and to me an oddity, we've got Winter Soldier right here on the cover. An oddity to me because, yes, in the MCU, he's got a lot of ties to Wakanda and whatnot. I don't know, because I haven't really read that many Winter Soldier comics, and then doing like quick searches online before filming this, I didn't see anything where it really like linked Bucky with T'Challa or with Wakanda very much. And I could be wrong. If you are more versed in the Winter Soldier side of Marvel Comics than I am, please leave a comment of anything that would better link these characters. But to me, this is just another example of how Marvel United Season 1 was definitely the MCU season, whereas X-Men was definitely a comic-centric season, and Multiverse, except for the core, was definitely looking like more of a continuation of like obscure comics than anything else. Season 1 of Marvel United to me is definitely the MCU season. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the box. Read it. Despite their technological supremacy, the Kingdom of Wakanda finds itself embroiled in an ancient struggle, a battle for the throne. Killmonger seeks to radicalize the population against their king, smuggling weapons and mercenaries into the country in preparation for a vast uprising that would place him on the throne. In spite of Wakanda's advanced resources, the Black Panther and his allies will be hard-pressed to prevent Killmonger's master plan. As the war for Wakanda unfolds, only the most daring will rise in defense of the throne. So there is the box for, or the flavor text for Rise of the Black Panther. We've got Killmonger, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, and Shuri right here, and a host of other things. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at the box and see what is going on inside. So we'll place the box over here and take a look first at the rule book. So this is the rules leaflet for Rise of the Black Panther. A little bit more flavor text here, explaining more of the characters. Talking about basically this is an expansion. On the back side of it, we do have our components, our 4 heroes, our 36 hero cards, 12 for each hero, 4 endanger location cards, 12 master plan cards, 1 villain dashboard, 6 threat cards, 1 challenge card, 6 new locations. You have to be 14 and up to defend Wakanda. Endangered locations challenge. This is the challenge mode that was introduced in this game. Like I said, all the main expansions all had some kind of a challenge mode. They weren't just here's some more characters. They all have some new game mode for Marvel United. The first season ones are a little bit hit and miss, but we'll take a look at what this challenge is. The Endangered Locations Challenge creates a bond between each hero and a specific location. They must make sure the location remains under control or risk being KO'd. During setup, each player is given a pair of matching endangered location tokens. Each player selects a different location and places one of their tokens there, keeping the other next to their hero deck. Whenever a villain should place a civilian or thug token on a location that has an endangered location token, but the location is full, the hero with the corresponding endangered location token takes 1 damage. Normal overflow effects are also applied. So basically what that means is that when the villains are dumping civilians or dumping thugs onto your location, if you have an overflow and you can't add a something to the location, and I don't know if it also counts for Doombots. I assume it does because of the fact that I think they count as thugs for all other game effects. So the Doombots from the Fantastic Four box will also be affected by that. But basically, if you can't add something to a location, the hero that is required to basically guard that location is going to take damage from that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other content in the game. So here's our Rise of the Black Panther locations. Again, in their binding here, we use the cardboard locations. Why I really haven't ever opened these up to take a look at them, but we'll take a look at them right now. Oh my gosh. It's like I don't want to tear it, but I'm going to have to. There's that. So there's the back. I didn't go over this on other ones, but there's the back. Designated as Rise of the Black Panther on the back side. And then the locations itself, we've got the Golden City. We've got the Great Mound here. Got Jabari Village here. The Royal Palace. Shuri's Lab. And Warrior Falls. So these are the locations from the game. Golden City, you may move to any other location. Royal Palace, you may search your deck for any one card, then shuffle your deck and place the card on top. So there's an example of the locations here. Again, 6 brand new locations. Some locations in the various expansion all kind of either share or have very similar effects to other locations. I think that's why in the X-Men and multiverse campaigns they decided to cut down on the number of locations in the game. But regardless, here is Killmonger's card dashboard right here. He does not have any special set of rules on the back, and on the front it says deal 1 for his BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in Killmonger's location, then replace the leftmost civilian or thug token there, if present, with a crisis token. So there is that overflow. If 1 or more tokens can't be added to a location, replace the leftmost token in Killmonger's location with a crisis token. And then villainous plot. The heroes lose when 4 or more locations have 3 or more crisis tokens. So there's that. So it's going to be very important to get rid of the crisis tokens in this game because he's literally just going to continue to add them to all the various locations. So go ahead and first take a look at the tokens here. So these are all the tokens right here. I'll bring them up to the camera for the challenge mode. So if I was player number 3 in our games, I would place 1 on the location I'm going to be guarding, place the other one next to me with my deck, and then anytime this is going to overflow, regardless of any other effects on there, I take a damage because I'm the one guarding, in this case, the Golden City. So that is how those rules work right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards in this set. First, we're going to take a look at T'Challa himself, the Black Panther. So he's got some movement here, heroic action, some punching, but a lot of movement double heroic right there, his double wild and his single wild, and then Panther habit right here. All three of them, for the most part, do something different. One of them does a move and a heroic action with a punch that can go to somebody else. The other one does a move and a punch with a heroic action that can go to someone else, and a heroic action and punch with a movement that can go somewhere else. So they're all mixed up as to what they do. And also notice that there is no text on these cards, which I thought was weird, and I thought it was a misprint at first, but I guess it's not. But yeah, basically for Black Panther, he gets a punch with this card, and then that he shares with other people, and then he keeps for himself a movement and heroic action. So the Black Panther, there's a lot of weird things about this set. Like I said, I think Black Panther is one of the few. There's like over 200 characters in the game now, I believe. There is one of the few characters, or the only character, who does not have any text or anything written in his account. He just gets more actions and punches and stuff like that. So it's kind of an odd character, but anyway, we'll see how it plays on the channel here soon. So let's see. We got Shuri with her movement, her one heroic action, her one punch, her stuff here, and then her wild and double wild, and then Young Genius give one. I can't think what they are. Give one wild token from the pool to any hero. They may draw cards until they have 3 in their hand. So she's got 3 of those cards, all of which have a wild on them. So let's give an example of her card artwork right here. So there's that. And then we'll go with that there. And then finally, someone you have seen played on the channel, we've got the Winter Soldier from our Triple Captain America game against the Red Skull. So Expert Assassin gain 2 punch tokens right there. And there's the other one and the other one. So all 3 of his cards are using the same special ability. So he's going to gain those double punch tokens. There's another example of his artwork there. And like I said, we've already used Winter Soldier in a game with Captain America, filling out the core box of Marvel United 1. So when we do another gameplay using the Black Panther, we're probably going to use a Koei in that one. So it's going to be Black Panther, Shuri, and a Koei in that one, fighting against Killmonger, since we've already showcased Winter Soldier in this on our gameplay series. So there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at Killmonger's stuff. And then here is that endangered locations challenge that we already talked about right there. So put that there. Actually, I'll put it over here with all the other cards. And then we'll take a look at Killmonger's decks. So we got mostly all clockwise movements, adding a bunch of civilians, a lot of BAMs on here. Got a couple cards with no BAM. There is that symbol right there, Overthrow. Move to the closest location with the most civilians and replace all civilians there with crisis tokens. If there are no civilians in any location, move to the next one clockwise. Whoa. So there is that right there. So he's got a couple overflows, and then he's got his dual move clockwise to the next location with any heroes, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Killmonger's location, heroes choose. So that is going to be his cards. We'll show the example of the overthrow right there. So, and there's his card artwork on the back. We'll take a look finally at his threats, and that'll be all of the cards in the game. He's got his Mercenaries card. Each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Not that different from some other stuff. Assassination attempt. Heroes ending their turn in this location take 1 damage. So there's that, and then it's got one of those target symbols, one of the first ones we've seen for the most part. Place 1 crisis token in an empty slot in this location. If all slots are full, it replaces the leftmost thug or civilians. So he's got 2 weapon smugglings in there, so they're all his threat cards. And then finally, let us go ahead and take a look at the figures. So we got Killmonger right here, which is probably one of the better sculpts in the box. Right there. And then we've got King T'Challa himself, Black Panther. Come on, there we go. So I do like how they at least made the lines on his uniform that you're supposed to not be painted black, you know, to be painted silver or whatnot. Do like how they're raised so a little bit easier to see. So you're not just guessing on the best way to decorate the character or anything like that. So like the character, one looks good. We got Shuri over here. There is her card. I'm trying to get into the focus. There we go. With her Panther gauntlets from the movie. Right there. And then finally, already seen on the channel, but not up close, is the Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes. So there is that, and that is all the content, like I said, for the Rise of the Black Panther. No exclusive content in this box. A little bit disappointing. I don't know why like Okoye wasn't an exclusive to this, why she was thrown into the promo box. They could have thrown M'Baku or some other person from the movie. Heck, even thrown like maybe not. I was gonna say throw Everett Ross in there, but he's not necessarily a superhero in there. But I think it was Everett Ross from the Black Panther movies. Anyway, so yeah, that is right there. All the content from Rise of the Black Panther. We will be playing this one very soon. As of this recording, I'm planning later in this week to record the gameplay of this. So this should come out beginning of the week, and that gameplay will come out toward the end of the week, or vice versa. This will come out before that. And usually in the same week. So we're trying to streamline how we're doing unboxings corresponding with gameplays and stuff here on the channel. So bear with me while we do that. You don't care though. Regardless, thank you guys for watching this unboxing. This should be the final unboxing of Marvel United Season 1. Yeah, because we've already done Sinister 6. We've already done the other one, the actual promos box unboxing. So while we get through the actual gameplay content of all this stuff and try to get through as much of the Season 1 as we can, then we'll move on to the X-Men stuff and get do some unboxings of that. But this is going to be the last Marvel United proper unboxing that we're going to be doing for a little bit. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this one. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.